Scorpio, to your Astro Dice reading for May. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, my friends, let's see what's going on with you. Okay, best message coming out. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot, make a small horoscope using only one of the 12 houses. Okay, best message. We're coming out into the 9th house, spirituality, with the moon and Taurus. Nice. And that moon coming out definitely is going to want to have you deep thinking. This is showing some kind of spiritual awakening over here for a lot of you. Becoming spiritually aware, awakened, getting ready to open up, or definitely already opening up. However it is, everybody's story is a little bit different, but definitely seeing that happening. Your unconscious, sensitive inner emotions and responses. And having this full moon in Scorpio and, right, that lunar eclipse that we just had in Scorpio, does not surprise me that you would be having some kind of spiritual awakening, with the 9 being the spiritual card in Taurus. Love that. Using some Taurus energy, it means it's going to be a little slow, but the energy around you shows the abundance of nature, rich, earthly, productive, yet relaxed and slow, right? So it's really going to have you kind of an awe effect, right? As you're using your sensitivities over here with the moon. Going straight, like I said, into that 9th house, broadening your horizons, either spiritually, academically, or on a long journey. Some of you are having a spiritual journey. Wouldn't surprise me. A lot of the fixed signs are. So let's see what's going on over here. And getting straight into this situation. This situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Spirit really wants to talk about this spiritual awakening, awareness, and transition that you are either have been going through for a while, are now starting, or you're in the middle of it. Take it how it resonates. But definitely, no matter what, this month you're going to be much more awakened and more aware of situations around you. Yes, it's bringing in new beginnings. Look at that. The new beginning, the Fool card. You know, this is the time that, you know what, if you need to take the risk, take that risk, right? Because they want you to take a risk when you're on these spiritual journeys. This is where the love begins, with the Ace of Cups. Wow. Really feeling like you're getting your cups over full over here. Really bringing in the love, the self-love. A lot of these spiritual journeys and awakenings are how we love ourselves, right? The more we love ourselves, let things go, forgive, do things of this nature, and really cleanse ourselves, right? Especially with lunar eclipse, you always want that cleansing. Definitely where you start really loving yourself and really aware of what it is you truly want within your life, right? You start experiencing a tremendous transformation within yourself, which then can bring in soulmates, twin flames, you know, people who, if you're looking for love, people who deserve you. Let's put it that way. No more of this, right? This is where you're starting to see your personal identities as well. Who am I? What do I want? Beautiful, fabulous rebirth over here. Okay. This is where you can start feeling like, you know, Spirit's going to bring in this soulmate that you can be intimate with, romantic with, someone who is more on your page, more spiritually grown. They're up to your standards. They know who you are, what you're made of, and they respect you. How about that? Right. So getting rid of those exes, getting rid of friends who no longer serve you. If family members are up your butt and they're not needed anymore because they're negative, you'll probably stop contacting them as much, because it wants you to free yourself of everything that's negative, anything that keeps you down. Doesn't matter if it's family, friends, coworkers. You might even change your job if you feel it's too stressful. If you feel like, you know what, it's getting me nowhere. I'm not appreciated. Because anytime you're on a spiritual journey and this transition, it wants you to know how much you are appreciated. You are worth so much more. Really finding your worth. Yep, harmony. There it is. 6, the lovers. Like I said, loving yourself to bring in love. Could be new friendships, new love itself, however it is. But Spirit's going to make sure that you have new beginnings of people who appreciate you. And you want to make sure that you get rid of people who do not appreciate you. Really dig deep within the situation. You know someone hurt your feelings, get rid of them. They're not good for you. We don't hurt each other's feelings. We don't bring each other down. No, we need a partner or a friend who's going to lift our spirits when we feel down. There's going to be times in our life where you're not going to feel as self-worthy. No matter how much you work on it, it doesn't mean it's 100% always going to just be like, and I'm great. No. No. So what they do is Spirit brings in a person who says, when you're feeling down, they will lift you, raise you, right? Show you how significant you are within your life, treating you the best. And it's someone that you can do it with as well. You know, because it gets to the point where it's like, I'm always lifting them. They feel down, they feel out, and I'm always there to let them cry on my shoulder. I lift them up, I raise them high, I tell them you're the best of the best of the best. But then when it's my turn, you're nowhere to be seen. Oh, get over it. You know? Or just ignoring you. Or they just say, you know, shit happens. Okay, that's great every now and again for certain situations, but when we're really feeling down, shit happens is not the answer. The answer is, tell me what's wrong. Let's talk this out. Let's communicate. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a friend, whoever it is. And if you're not finding that spark and you're not finding that, move on. Let it go. Let the universe give you what you deserve. And that's what this is about. Them wanting to give you what you deserve. Stop giving so much to somebody that you're getting nothing from. So going over here to the new beginnings where it's like, take the risk, you know where you're going, you know what you want, follow your dreams, follow your heart. Doesn't mean it's always the easiest, but there's going to be patience also. Gaining new experiences, absolutely. Daydream about your situation. Daydreams are just as powerful a lot of times. It's still part of manifesting, where your thoughts go. Energy flows, right? Some may say it's just an illusion. Well, you know what? Make that an illusion into a daydream, right? Wishful thinking, choices, searching for your purpose, having the opportunities that you want. Just be careful, because remember, some of these cups have snakes in them. They're not always the wisest choice. Right? So you have to be careful. And a lot of times I always say that those are the people that you think you can hang on to. That's, you know, and that, I'm going to bring that up. Thank you. Spirit guide, those are the people they think that they can trust. Thank you. Spirit guide, I just heard her. The illusion part of the situation of the snake in the cup is thinking, I can hold on to them. They're going to be okay. They're going to grow at the same level I'm going to grow at. They're going to be okay. I'm going to keep that there. They're not. This is a purge, right? And the universe wants you to understand, I'm putting you on this spiritual journey in this transition because you're in purge mode. I'm bringing you in something that you deserve. Don't sit around and wait for people to grow. Don't sit around and wait for people to say that they're going to do this and they're going to do that. And you know, deep down inside, they ain't doing it. So remember, let go of the snakes as well. They don't have that purpose, right? Release. The love begins with the Ace of Cups. I've got the Ace of Cups for you. Spirit says, I'm handing you this beautiful gift. Once you purge and you get to where you need to be and you know what you want, do not self-sabotage yourself for your own Ace of Cups. And that's keeping these things alive. The illusion pretty much is thinking that things are going to change and people are going to change around you because you've changed. Oh, okay, you changed, so you think they're going to change? Not going to happen, right? So you want to, you know, cut out the bullshit. I'm just going to be straight and honest about it because that's really what it says. The disagreements, the competition, the defeat, when they're trying to take your swords away all the time, that's the way it's always going to be. Get yourself out of those manipulative relationships that are causing you to be totally overwhelmed, if they're bullies, however it is. Right? On the harmony over here, you have the sun. Wow. Complete blessing. New love coming in as you find the true love for yourself and your heart, and yourself and your soul become one. You kind of see like yourself. I always see it in a spiritual zone as yourself and your soul are the two of cups, where your soul meets yourself. Higher self meets my conscious mind, right? Becomes the Ace of Cups. That's when we really feel like we're really loving and passionate towards ourselves, understanding what I'm going to take and what I'm not going to take. Once that happens, the Spirit says, look at what I have coming in for you. I have the harmony, the bliss, the new love. Where you've given the new love, you've purged what you no longer need, and you come out on top, and you know you have. You're going to feel the warmth around you. There's going to be this warm feeling. And I feel like a lot of you are feeling, you're feeling it right now in the beginning of the month. Warmer. You might feel like there's a success that's running through your blood. You might feel like, you know what, I might have the magic touch. The happiness and the pleasure and the positivity within yourself is just beaming right now in the beginning of the month. And like I said, if not all of you have, felt this just yet, it's okay. It's a general reading. You'll feel it sometime within the month. You're going to have this vitality and this energy. And I would say that this is probably coming just around, the 10th or the 11th of the month for a lot of you. Some of you might have felt it around the 5th, 6th, or 7th, somewhere between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday today. But you're going to know that you have success. And, Spirit is saying, and this is what I'm giving you. You are blessed. I've chosen you to do so. It's your time. Wow. If your family is not doing so wonderful, the family will come back together. However it is for you. Rebuilding the family. Everybody's story is a little different. Okay. Going to the mid-month over here, you have, wow. Excuse me. Material harvest. That's what you've been manifesting. That's where those dreams and those daydreams and all of those wishful thoughts and everything that you've been manifesting, everything you've been praying on, everything all of those things starts to come to light. Right? Somewhere around the probably 13th through the 14th, you're going to really start seeing these things coming to light. Like I said, please, guys, remember time is fluid. Everybody's reading's a little bit different. It's not a personal reading. Okay. But yeah, it's talking about moving and traveling and the positive movement forward within your journey and your spiritual journey, knowing you're on the right path, knowing that this is where you've gone and this is what you've known. Some of you might have just been doing shadow work, because I do see the shadow here. So you could say, you know what, I'm not on a spiritual journey, but I have been doing a lot of shadow work for transition. Right? Maybe I've just been hermiting away, looking for the soul's purpose. Everybody's spiritual journey is a little bit different. Everybody's spirituality and the way that things are going on. Spiritual journeys, I just want you to know, is kind of like shadow work. It gets to the dark side of the soul, to the light side of the soul, and they do take longer periods of time. So if you guys have been on a spiritual journey, okay, you've probably been in here for at least a month or two. Those do take longer because it's a huge purge, right? If you're just going through, I'm doing some shadow work, it could be a week or so. Transitions, butterflies, it depends on what's going on. But however it is, it's definitely this spiritual awakening, this spiritual transition, whether you did a huge phoenix effect and burned yourself all the way to the ground in a spiritual journey, or whether or not you're just butterflying, right? But it doesn't matter, because no matter what, you're going to be able to see everything clear. all that fog is going to kind of lift, and you're going to say, I see exactly what's going on. I can feel what's going on. I know something's happening. I might not feel the best at this time, but I do all of a sudden, right? I feel really positive, really good. And then over here, it's like I can see. I feel like at one time, most spiritual journeys and transitions, it's this time where it's a little foggy and we're not sure exactly what's going on because all these things are going on within, the mind, body, and soul, right? Powerful three within yourself. That's what it's supposed to do, no matter how big or small. So, man, this is a beautiful reading. So with the material harvest over here, oh my gosh, you have the King of Pentacles, seeing your wealth raise, seeing yourself becoming more generous, seeing people more generous around you. They also see you as you are lightening up. I just wanted to bring this to attention right here. I just seen it. People see the positivity within yourself. They see you shining. Something different about you is happening. People are going to be aware of that. But you also are going to see this discipline within yourself, leadership, business. You're going to feel, and your money is really coming through, your abundance, whether it's in love, wealth, whatever it is. You just feel like you have more abundance around you. This is where I really want you to pay attention. I want you to pay, beginning of the month is almost over, but from this point, when you watch this video, guys, really pay attention to tiny gifts and blessings. And I mean tiny. It could be just something just as small as, I got an extra $5, or more than that. Let's just say another extra $50 on my paycheck, but I can't figure out how I did that. Before you try to even figure out how you made the $50, because maybe you forgot, however, or maybe you know how. Just remember, no matter what, it was a blessing from the universe for you to have that extra 50 on your paycheck. It could be that you had to work overtime to fill in for someone. That was a blessing, right? It's like, wow, thanks, man. It was like, it's like if you're a waitress and these customers are like coming in really late. And even though you want to go home so bad and you're like, oh my God, we're closing. Oh my God, you're going to let them in? Oh my God. Just remember, in the end, that brings in more money. So in the end, you can see it as, oh my God, and I had to stay extra. But then all of a sudden you realize you have this extra money that what you really needed. Those people didn't come in for a coincidence. It was a blessing. We have to see the smallest blessings. Those small blessings are there for you to catch your eye, for you to know what the big reward is going to be. Always starts with the small things. So just make sure that you're grateful, even though you were like, I was really tired and I really didn't want to do that. But oh my gosh, thank you for allowing these people to come in, because now it really shows on my paycheck. See what I'm saying? And some people think that they're really stupid little things, but I think they're stupid. It won't happen again, right? Keep saying they're stupid. They won't happen, right? That's how I see it. So I always say, oh man, that was awesome. Then you thank the universe. Oh, that's so cool. Then you can say, oh, it was that night. I remember. I wanted to go home so bad. But you know what? In the end, thank you. Because in life comes the good, the bad, and the ugly. And within spiritual transformations come in the good, the bad, and the ugly. So make sure that you're also thanking the universe for your spiritual transformations also, no matter how hurtful they are, because they always bring in blessings through growth, right? So with the third eye over here, yeah, the third eye is showing you the clarity of don't play small over here, Scorpio. Plan big. Don't have lack of foresight. Look at the universe as, you know what, this is my oyster. This is my calling card. I can have things. If the small things can come in, just wonder what the big things are. And never play it small, because you never know. It doesn't mean that we always get everything we manifest. Absolutely not, because God's, rejection is our protection. So sometimes we're not going to get those things. But you would be so surprised, right? And of course, you're going to be clear that there's going to be some unexpected delays as well, as the universe is getting things together. Remember, we don't just weave things overnight. Okay? It even takes Charlotte a little bit of time. She was really working good with Wilbur over there, wasn't she? But she was so tired. Okay. It always reminds me when I say that, it reminds me of Charlotte's Web. But it does remind me of that though too. It's kind of like I have to tear this down and add this piece in, or how much do I have to tear down to add this piece in, or do I just need to tear it all down and just reweave the whole damn thing, right? So, but do not allow your mental thinking to be the obstacle to your long-term goal. It's going to be the way you think is going to be the biggest obstacle. We actually self-sabotage ourselves more on the things that we want because of impatience, lack of foresight, understanding planning, playing it too small for ourselves, and then of course just the overall self-sabotage of I'm going to manifest this, I'm going to manifest this, I'm going to think about this, I'm going to do a mantra on this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to pray, and then there it is, right? The delay comes because things have to work with patience and timing, and then we say that's never going to work, and then here comes the downplay. I asked for something that's never going to work. This is stupid. Why did I even ask? Why would I even see signs and symbols for this to happen if it's never going to happen? Why? Blah, 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 blah. Why? Blah, blah. Self-sabotage. Leave it alone. Mantra it. Stay confident. Give it to the universe. Let it flow. Let it go. It'll come in the perfect timing. If it doesn't come, then there was a reason. And it wasn't because you weren't good enough, unless you're not putting enough hard work in. So there's only two real reasons. You're not putting enough hard work in to make the money, or somebody's not giving you the opportunity to do so, or it's just rejection is God's protection. So, right? But then we just go on to the next one. Well, then we'll just reorganize this and do it this way. Or maybe I need to work harder this month than I did last month. Right? Maybe I thought I was working hard enough and I realized I wasn't working hard enough for the prosperity that I was really looking for. But no matter what, you're still going to see small blessings coming in and out before the big blessing. And no matter what, you still have a huge blessing coming with the sun. So, and the Ace of Cups. So don't underestimate that. Something big is still coming. So whether it's love, wealth, maybe both, health. Could just be health. So maybe you just may want to feel healthier. However. Okay. Everybody's story is a little bit different, but it does show that you have a Fool. Here again, so you have the new beginnings in the very beginning of the month. Over here, the positive movement. And here it is again, the Fool, saying here's your possibilities. Keep your optimism alive. Feel the pleasure of the sun. You see the sun up here? It's really crazy because you have the new beginning over here where you're walking on the world and you're like, all the possibilities are in my hand. Spirit gives you the sun and says, here's your blessing. This Fool has the sun, so they're saying your blessing is right on top of you. Don't play it, and then don't play it small. Clearly see that you have the opportunity. If you need to do something that needs to make a blind faith, then jump. You know that you need to travel somewhere or do something, then jump. Okay. End of the month. Still have some kind of, for a lot of you, I see a job opportunity coming through. And then for some of you, I see great love coming through. I don't know. We'll see. If the truth is coming out, the obstacles and challenges are upside down at the end of the month. Oh, love that. But remember, it already said over here, you can clearly see that the obstacles and challenges that are in front of you at this time are actually within yourself. Lack of foresight. So all the obstacles and challenges are no longer there. You can clearly see everything you need to see. The truth is going to set you free. As everything is balanced, you're going to feel balanced. 2, 2, 5. So the 2s are the balance and the patience and knowing the truth to a situation. The 5 is the change. Changing out of any obstacles and challenges, but like I said, it's mostly within yourself. The truth is, wow, the last 3 cards that came out in my hand are the overall outcome of the situation. Pretty much for the month is financial material changes, recognition and reward, using your intuition to be able to see clearly that these are rewards. That is the sun coming through for you. Guys, if you don't get these at the end of May, it doesn't really matter whether it's the end of May or it's coming into June, right? It's just saying this is what you're looking at. This is what the results from this is in the 9th house. Material, financial changes of recognition and reward. Some of you might be even getting a promotion, making that money that you really need, feeling like you're where you're supposed to be, feeling like you have the prosperity, because it says it wants to make you the King of Pentacles. You're going to find yourself being, the King of Pentacles, feeling like you're in leadership role, wanting to be disciplined, and feeling more secure within yourself, as that positivity is rolling. So it'll be a great time to manifest, and keep manifesting at the middle of the month. But you know what? I say go ahead and start manifesting now. Never stop. It's just saying that the door is really open right here. You see, you're really empowered. And the reason you're really empowered is because you really are feeling that sun, that positivity coming through. And the higher your positivity is, the more chances that, your manifestations are going to come through. So they're just saying right now you're going to be in very high, energy. And that's going to be the end of Mercury retrograde on the 14th. So, okay. So the truth is, finding self-discipline. You may have people around you that you feel have lack of control of what they're doing. They may have a little too much aggression around you. You might be dealing with a Cancer who you feel is too aggressive, too arrogant, and too careless. Now, is this the person that it said over here? Make sure that you get rid of all the snakes in your cup. Now, look, it could even be a boss that you're saying, you know what, but I can't leave my job. But I am realizing that this person, and the truth is, they are a little bit of an opposition for me. But I'm not going to allow this to affect me. Because, you might be waiting for this promotion. So you're like, I'm just going to kind of stay away from them. So you're going to keep yourself balanced. It could even be a family member, right, that's trying to oppose you at this time. But I think the good thing is it's almost like a little test and a challenge from the universe of how are you going to do this? How are you going to keep your courage going? Yes, you're going to keep your courage going strong. You're going to, be persistent on what it is you're doing. You're making your last stance for somebody. For some of you, you're going to move away from this person and say, you know what? I did hold you, damn it, thinking you would change, and you didn't, so now I'm going to let you go. For others of you, you're going to say, you know what? I'm going to put up my clear boundaries, and because you don't let go of certain people, right? You just don't, right? You could ignore them. Your children want to get opposition with you, and you know that they're having issues, teenagers, whoever. You can just say, you know what? I'm just going to stay resilient. Stay persistent on what I'm doing. Keep my courage going. Gear up for what I need to do to be a parent. But I'm going to let them know that there are boundaries, right? So take that one how it is, because you are going to find the truth. Or you might even say, you know what, boss? Yeah, I'm finding that, you know what? There's too much drama going on over here. I got to go. And then you could just come into a job that has better pay. Ooh. And treat you for your self-worth. Because remember, Spiritual Journeys is all about love, self-worth, and understanding that I don't need to deal with this shit. Right? So the obstacles and challenges are actually turning into the 10 of Cups, and you're becoming very knowledgeable about this situation. Right? But there could be a little bit of a restless energy within you, right, to get to this 10 of Cups, because you can feel the 10 of Cups. You can feel the harmony and the bliss coming back together. If you've had any kind of family issues, you can feel the family connecting. You can feel them coming back together. You can feel your dreams coming true. Right? There's becoming more contentment within the family. So, but you are realizing, for some of you, you might even have the thirst of knowledge, and you might realize, you know what, it's time for me to go back to college. I need to go do this, because you know what, I've decided that this is where my knowledge is, and I need to go do something that makes me happy. Could even have a new love coming in that brings in true inner happiness and total love and support. Okay, or finding a new job that is doing such a thing, because the obstacles and challenges are behind you, because you have set your boundaries and said, this is what I want. And then really communicating what it is you really need, and using your mental energy for the best harmonious and divine love towards yourself and others. Movement, choices, and decisions at the end of the month, around the 29th through the 30th. Wow. Really stepping into some power over here. Really feeling independent, really having the communication, excuse me, being very clear-minded about the situation and very perceptive. I'm really going to be cutting that sword too, but it already showed you're going to do that, setting those boundaries, having direct communication with what it is you truly want and how things are going to be within your life, letting people know, you know, who you are, what you're going to put up with and what you're not. Um, being courageous as the Queen of Wands over here, just being beautiful, very beautiful. And people are going to see you as this Queen of Wands as well, seeing you sitting over there very courageous, having this zest for life, having this determination. And nobody's going to want to mess with you having that Queen of Swords energy because they know, you know what, they're not going to put up with this, right? You know who you are. They're going to be like, Scorpio, don't mess with them right now. They know who they are. They're shining bright. They're in their light. Having this zest for life over here, very determined to get to what you want. Yes, there's going to be movement, choices, and decisions. And those decisions are going to keep you in a very, in a good place of, this is where I need to be. Okay? Very awesome, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.